Alright guys, so we're down here and we're gonna start working on the 70 here. We've got quite a bit of rust that we're gonna have to fix on this thing. Now, I don't know how far we're gonna take it. I'm not committed to anything as of right now. I know I wanna cut this quarter off and I know I wanna fix this dash because this is pretty shot. You know, as part of getting into this, what we're gonna have to finish doing is finish stripping the car. So I wanna get the dash pad out of here, the instrument cluster. This is all cloudy and you can't see what's going on because of the fire damage. But I'd be really curious to see, once we get that out of there, what the odometer reading shows on this thing. Because some parts of this car are so solid, and then some parts of it are so damaged from sitting out in the junkyard for 35 years. Check this out. So the heat from the fire warped everything plastic. The whole speedometer here is all sorts of bent up. Wow. There you go. 78,000 miles. And I'm gonna say that it's probably legit. That it's actually 78, not 178. Like I said, because the car is in pretty nice shape. Besides all the damage from sitting for as long as it sat outside with no doors on it and no trunk and half parted out. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that 78,000 is what it had on it when it caught on fire. And ultimately ended up in the junkyard. This thing is rough. There's not a lot of usable stuff here. Everything melted off. Even the light bulbs are melted off the back of this thing. Crazy. Somebody's already been in here and trimmed out some rust on the outer wheel well, and then you can see they like zip screwed their own patch in here. I guess it's holding up okay. Yeah, I guess that's holding up alright. What's happening, guys? Alright, so we're back. We cut it last night. The camera died. Let me show you where we left off. I was working on the dash, and I finished getting all the spot welds out of this panel here. So now the dash is just doing that. So the panel that I have, we're gonna have to slice it and splice it in somewhere in here. But yeah, we had rain come through today, so we shuffled everything around. Hey, lady. So we shuffled everything around. This got shoved out here. The 72 got shoved in there. This is in the way. So we got to shuffle stuff around again. I don't want to work on this in the tent. So we're going to get this back in the garage and keep working on this. Now,
Daddy, this is all junky stuff.
What? That's not junky stuff.
Yes, it is. That's
So one thing I want to be really clear about, okay? I'm doing a bunch of rust repair, okay? We're going to fix the major stuff, but this is by no means going to be a restoration. You know what I mean? I'm not going for show car here, just functionality. So, like, if you're doing the right thing, I'm sure that you body guys are looking at this kind of stuff and you're like, that's got to be replaced too. And you're probably not wrong. Like, all this stuff in the upper cowl here that's all rusty, I'm gonna make patch panels for it, and we're gonna make it work. It is what it is. Let's be honest. This thing is a 1970. It's nothing fancy. It's a 307 Power Glide car. It's not an SS. It's not. If it was 68 or 69, maybe I'd feel a little different. It's a 70, which to me is still cool. But this car's not worth. It's really not worth anything. And for what it's worth, this thing sat in a junkyard for 40 years. It's rough. To anyone other than me, it's probably not worth restoring. I want to save it. I want to put it back on the road, but I'm not going to break my bank doing it. So we're going to fix it. I'm going to make repairs. You can either like my repairs or not like them. But this is how I'm going to do it. So, not saying it's the right thing to do. Not saying you have to agree with it. But I want to drive this car ASAP. And if I spend the rest of my life nickel and diming and taking the whole thing apart and doing a rotisserie restoration, it'll never see the road because my bank account will never let it. So, yeah. We're going to get some stuff shuffled around here and get back to work. Okay, ready to watch my wife freak out? She loves pushing that. It's her favorite thing in the world. Rebecca? Hey, can I borrow you for a minute? I just need a pusher. You look very nice today.
Dan, I'm not in the mood to be on camera. Stop.
No,
Dan.
I'm not filming you. Woo!
Stop. I'm being serious.
No, it's not me.
Your kids are like freaking tornadoes.
I don't know who they get that after.
Me either.
My stuff's all really neat and organized.
Yeah.
And not all over the place. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, so I know that I want my weld to be where I'm not going to see it because the dash pad will hide it. The right thing to do is probably to use as much of this panel as I can because of how shitty the car is. I don't know, I'm just going to start cutting. We'll figure it out later. I like it. Doesn't have to be attached. That's more better. Okay, use this opportunity to get the rest of the trees out of the dash. Okay, now keep in mind, this car's been on fire. Anything is an improvement from where it was at. Well, that should be connected, and it's not. So that's kind of a problem. We're gonna have to figure out how to secure this. All right, so let me show you guys what I got going on. So I've got the dash in here, trimmed how I like it. Now I'm not done. This is test fit number 742. But before this, I do have to fix this. So I want to fix this guy, and I think I got the same thing going on the other side. Yeah, I got the same thing kind of going on over here. So I've got a big chunk of old floor pan from when we did the 72. I'm thinking that I'm just going to cut a square out, and hopefully there's enough decent metalish kind of here that I can patch this. Like I said, I'm no expert. It's not right, but it's what I'm doing. Can't have a hole. I mean, that's a big hole. I can't have this. These we'll come back to this later. Settle down. But this guy, yeah, I want to do this now before I install the dash. I like it. Alright, so we spent a whole bunch of time trimming, cutting, welding, fixing, and fitting on that dash panel, and I've got it just where I like it. This is just the test fit. Nothing's ready to, you know, it's just clamped up. That's all I got going on here. Obviously, I haven't drilled all the holes for my spot welds yet, but I just wanted to check the fitment and see what we got going on. And also, when we rip this dash back out, I want to get the back of the dash and everything cleaned up and sprayed up so that that doesn't rust or continue to rust or whatever. But let me show you what's going on here. So if you look under here, this is a little raunchy under here. You're seeing what's going on here. So I'm not replacing this bottom panel. I'm just not doing it. The main thing is like over here, it's not even connected. Now you can better see what I'm talking about. So this cowl has separated from the top part of the cowl because it's all rusted out. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! I'm not gonna cut more of this car up. It's just not in the cards. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna spend the rest of my life fixing this car because it's just not worth it. I mean, we do have to remedy this. So I think down here it definitely seems solid enough, and actually the panel that I'm gonna be welding, spot welding the dash to, seems like it's okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is bend up a couple of like L brackets that I'll weld. You know, I'll just do a spot weld to here and a spot weld to here, hold it together and get it as tight as I can. You picking up what I'm putting down? And seam it back together, and then I'm just gonna run blob seam sealer through. Obviously that's too big. I'm not gonna seam seal that. Look, it's already repaired. But you're getting what I'm putting down. This is gonna be fine. It's not gonna leak water. We'll get this all wire wheeled up, cleaned up, and then yeah, I'm gonna spot weld my little bracket on there and it's gonna be fine. Alright, so let me show you what I got going on here. So I got all this wire wheeled, cleaned up, and I just showered some weld through primer real fast. So yeah, we're getting ready to do the thing. And then check this out. So I made all these these are just scraps laying on the floor. I just bent them real fast, drilled some 3/16 hole. And I'm just gonna clamp this here lower cowl together to the top part and spot weld these guys, and it's gonna hold it together. And then once it cools down, I'm just gonna lay a bead of seam sealer across the whole thing. But at least it'll be pulled closer together. Now take it easy. I know it's not right.
Oh, that's not right.
But I'm putting the car back on the road. So that's right. So come on, give me some slack. Got the dash fit in here for the last time. Drilled all the holes for my spot welds along the whole length of the bottom of this thing. Like we talked about, this whole back edge I'm gonna butt weld so that I can retain this lip to hold in the dash. I sprayed a whole bunch of rust converter under the dash and on the back of the dash before I fit everything in here. I'm feeling good about it. Everything looks really nice. You know, for not knowing nothing, I feel good about it. Gonna move the clamps and shimmy them as I weld and see how this goes. So let's do it. Alright guys, so as you can see, the new dash is installed, all welded up. I just hit it with some quick black primer. That's not paint, so we still got work to do here. And I haven't seam sealed the whole front lip of this thing, but we'll get there. We'll get to it. I'm super happy with the way that the dash went. As somebody who has zero experience besides, you know, cutting up my 72 when we did the floor pans and that, I've never done any body work professionally or trained or anything, so this is all just winging it. But I'm super happy with the way that the dash came out. It's gonna do the job. It's gonna do what it's supposed to do. By fixing all this in here, once I get the windshield installed, it's gonna seal it and it's not gonna leak, hopefully. Next project that we got is we gotta finish the quarter panel. That'll be in the next video, so make sure if you want to see the quarter panel wheel tub repair replacement that you stay tuned. And that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.